Hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl Tresey with Treseysworld, and y'all know what today is. Listen, we have been recapping Sistas for weeks now, and y'all, it is so much fun. We having so much fun talking to y'all. We having so much fun watching our favorite show and telling y'all all about it. As y'all can see, I'm flying solo today, but I'll tell y'all all about it right after this. Hey guys, so welcome back. As you can see, I'm down a person. I'm down a whole sister. Okay, she's not right here by me, and I miss her today. But y'all, send her some good vibes. She's feeling under the weather. She's under the weather right now, and so you know she got to get it together so she can come back. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I think a lot of people are getting under the weather, these summer colds. So I mean, I'm going back to wearing my mask because I can't. My immune system is just, you know, getting built back up from having to deal with 2 years of being sick. So I ain't trying to get sick right now. But yeah, I wish her the best. I hope she feels better. Hopefully she'll be back next week. I know I'm gonna be crazy next week. I got a lot to tell y'all. But anyways, let me just jump right into it. Yes, Sistas came on last night. Yes, I watched it. Yes, she watched it. She was so excited about it, but she didn't feel it well. So we gonna do this solo. But I did watch it. But before we get started, we gonna be making our Sobarristic Drink. And y'all, this is Lagunitas. But we gotta add a little flavor to it because I tried to drink one without anything with it. And I was like, ooh, need a little something. Need a little something. So if you want to drink it solo, it's fine. It's like sparkling water. It's fine. To put a little ice in here, I'm actually going to make it in the glass. I know, but it's dealing with a carbonated drink. And y'all know when you shake up carbonated stuff, what happens? It goes psh, everywhere. And I don't feel like it today. Ice in my drink. It's all open and ready to go. And then we're going to put a splash of Skinny Syrup's Meyer Lemon Raspberry. Now just know that this is 0, 0, 0, 000, meaning 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 calories, and this is 0 calories and 0 sugar. So yeah, and 0 carbs. So we're gonna work with a very refreshing drink today, but we're gonna keep the calories down. And I don't know, I've been like, you know, working on those weight things, so I've been trying to keep my calories down. So this is a good drink. I know. Just gonna pour enough, and then we're gonna go ahead and splash. Now, splash according to your own taste, okay? If you want it a little more flavored, and you put a little more of this. I'm only gonna put enough to just give me like a sparkling water with a little flavor taste. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay, hopefully I ain't do too much. And that's all for the drink. This is a Sobarristic Drink. Is a refreshing drink today. So cheers. Actually, it's delicious, and it's 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar. I'm feeling like I'm winning. It's really good. I'm gonna buy some more of these. I think people drink these in place of beers. Like you can eat pizza and drink you one of these. But anyways, let's get into it. Sistas came on last night. Yes, it did, and it was a really good show last night. Like I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed last night's show. I'm so excited to see everything come together. Like I see it all kind of coming together. So let's start off with Fatima, Andy, and Zach. Zach was in jail. Well, they were all in, I don't know what kind of stuff they got, but they was all in the interrogation room from, it left off from last week when the assistant, it turns out he's the assistant district attorney that came in last week to be like, you getting, what is it, 15 or whatever, 10, 15. Well, it was started off with Andy, Fatima, and Zach. And Zach was freaking out. Fatima was kind of trying to keep it together, and Zach freaking out like, I can't do, I don't want to. Basically, Zach, of course, nobody wants to do that time in jail, right? He was like, the kid ain't even mine, and da 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 da. And so Fatima's trying to talk some sense into him, and Miss Andy is like, let me go call Robin, let me see what can happen. So she steps out and she talks to Robin, and she was like, what can you do about Zach? And Robin really want to know what the deal is with Zach. So what? He was like, what's the deal with this dude? Are you sleeping with him? And I was like, I low-key thought she was going to get offended, but she didn't. She didn't get offended at all. She was just like, no. And he was like, well, he must be pretty special for you to be kind of putting your neck on the line for him. And she was like, kind of like, yeah, yeah, he's Zach. And so I think she did say like he dated her best friend. And then he said, well, I'm going to call the judge on it. And then Andy, she threw it back at him. She's like, well, did you sleep with her? And I was like, yeah, Andy, yeah. And so yeah, and he answered. He was like, no. Are you jealous? And she was like, no, but you could tell she was, it was cute. So anyways, while that's going on, Fatima and Zach is up in the room, in interrogation room, and Fatima's trying to be positive. Zach is actually getting upset. She's getting on Zach's nerves because Zach is like, he just tired. He's tired. Every time he tries to do good, he tries to come up, something happens, and she's like, it's gonna be okay, and it's gonna be all right. And then she hits us with the bomb, like, even if I have to break you out. And he was like laughing, I hope you joking. And she was like, nah, she was serious. She was serious. Fatima crazy. Fatima is something. Fatima is crazy, but she like my fave. Andy low-key moving in though, because I'm feeling Andy. I'm like in the power boss moves. I'm feeling Andy a little bit as far as, her power, her boss. She on her boss babe, boss chick, And so, so then basically they had the conversation. So, Robin basically lets Andy know that he was friends with the judge, and so he gonna call in some strings, but he's like, make sure he don't run. And I was like, is that a little nugget of information? Because Fatima said, I'll break you out of here if I have to. And then Robin was talking about, do you trust this guy? Is he gonna run? And I was like, are we gonna be looking at them on the run in Fatima? That's what this is? They're gonna be on the run? Like, what y'all think about that? Did y'all catch that? The little nuggets, when people drop them, I'll pick them up. So anyways, we go to Maurice, Q, and Calvin. I'm tired of this trio. But anyways, Q cooked breakfast. Maurice is living his best life. He's living his best life of being served. Serve me. But Calvin didn't remember what happened the night before, so Maurice let him know, like, and I kind of flipped it, but that's okay. Maurice is letting him know, like, yeah, you was in the bed with Q, and then Calvin was like, get out of here, stop with all the rumors and blah blah. He's like, it's not a rumor, I have proof. And he showed him the picture with him in the bed. And then, so Calvin had to question everybody else, asked, like, Q, why are you naked? Where's your clothes? Where's your pants, Q? He wasn't naked, but where's your pants at, Q? And Q was like, don't you see those vomit buckets? Ugh. I can't even say that word. It just made me so, oh no. Q was like, don't you see those buckets in the picture? And so then, he was like, listen, I was out here sleeping. I took my pants off. And then I heard you up in Maurice's room, and I went in and you was sick and I went in there to help you out, is what he said. And so Maurice is like, That's what Q told Calvin, I should say. And so Maurice was like, yeah, right. So anyways, yeah, like I said, Q had cooked a little. Q had laid it out, the breakfast, and Maurice was killing me. He's like, serve me. kicking his legs up. You know, Maurice is crazy. Maurice is so funny. I love Maurice. So, yeah, we love Maurice. So, anyways, we move on. And we go to Karen, Aaron, and Pam. So Karen is at the shop, and Pam is at the shop, and Aaron comes by, and he's like, you know, can we, you know, hang out later? Can we go out later? And, you know, and all that type of thing. And that was cool. And then Karen was like, yeah. And he was like, I think I took your keys by accident. And she was like, no, I got my keys. No, I got my keys. Y'all, it was Zach's keys. Zach's. Now, I don't know how many days done went by, but Zach is, come on now. Him and Fatima been together for me. I don't know, if Lord knows, I don't know these time limits, but I'm sure it's been longer than, what is it, 4 weeks? Or maybe it ain't been longer than 4. They did sprung, and it's only been like 4 weeks now that I think about it, because she pregnant, she don't know who was back. What? Is that right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's been like maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks for them. Because Zach started dating Fatima, but he was still dipping and dabbing in Karen. So that's like, y'all, it ain't even been that long. Fatima, as hard as she is, she don't feel that hard, and that it's a short amount of time, but I guess when it's right, it's right. But anyway, so it was Zach's keys. Karen was like, oh, those are Zach's. So when Aaron leaves, I thought Karen, I'm rooting for Karen. I'm like, okay, Karen getting it together, da da da. Why Karen gonna ask Pam to contact Zach? And Pam let Karen know he in jail. And then Pam didn't want to really she wanted to kind of feel Karen out to see how much she knew. And then Karen was like, yeah, because he was fighting. And then she was like, oh, you knew. You know, Pam knew, obviously. And so she wants Zach still. She still wants Zach. Karen told Pam to tell him he can come by and get his keys. Now, Pam like, nah, I'll send it to him. I will send it to him. No. Karen wants Zach. She want to bump into Zach. She want to see Zach. She telling Pam, let me know when he get out. Just let me know. And he's supposed to come by. She want him to come out and get his keys. Now, I just said, I was just rooting for you, Karen. I was just rooting for you, girl. And you still playing games. Tricks are for kids. Oh my gosh. Okay. We gonna move on. Okay, we gonna move on. We got Prince. The Prince, not Prince, the artist, but Prince. Prince, the prince of the little town that he is, a small town. He said he's a prince of a small town. Anyway, we got Prince coming into the bank with some more flowers for Sabrina. And, you know, Maurice is like, what? Y'all, I don't know if y'all watched this part. They had the same extra in the blue, like a blue, purplish blue. Y'all know I'll be on extra watch. They had like a person in like purplish blue jacket walk past like 3 or 4 times. I was like, listen, the bank is this big. The lobby this big. It's this big. This person walked here. You know how they have them walk back and forth? Well, don't make it so obvious. Like the person walked, she walked, and then she walked, and then she walked, and she was like that. So if y'all watch it again, y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyways, going back to the story. So Prince came in, and eventually Sabrina was like, listen, why did you tell me you was a prince? And then he was like, how did you find out? And Sabrina was like, well, somebody from your country. And he was like, that's impossible. She was like, yes, it happened. And so then he apologized, and he was just like, it's a small place. It's not, not anything fancy. I'm just a prince. Nothing fancy. I'm just a prince, But him and Sabrina was talking, and he was like, but I'm really feeling you. He told Sabrina he likes her style. Now, y'all know we was questioning the prints, the multiple prints. It was a jacket and all that. Anyway, Prince like it. So if the Prince like it, then go on do you, boo-boo. Go on do you, boo-boo. Okay, Prince like it, keep going. It's working for you. It's working for you, Sabrina. Don't stop. Don't listen to us. We don't know nothing. We just watching you. You the one got the Prince. We don't know what we talking about. Obviously, he likes it. So, carry on. Ta-ta. All right. So, Maurice, he watching the prince walk out, and he starts speaking in like this jarbled African, it wasn't African language, but it was mimicking, I guess, the sound. I was like, Maurice, please stop, Maurice. That's that. Danny and the cop. Y'all, every time I move my chair, I swear it's my chair. But Danny is working. Cop boy is back, and he's telling her what's happening. He's about to be possibly on another assignment and all this kind of stuff. And they, decide that they're going to really meet at the Olive. And he was like, you ain't going to stand me up this time. And she was like, no. And they had a little flirting thing going on. It was cute. And so, I thought that was cute. And we're going to see what's about to happen with Danny and his cop. Yeah. So they make plans. They make a date. And I heard a little something come out of Danny. I don't know if y'all caught it. I said she been around Preston too long because she was like, guzzy up. I was like, girl, you've been around Preston way too long. You've been around Preston way too long. Yeah, she was like, gussy up or something. And I was like, okay. And then we moved to Jake, and the worker that's outside of Zach's house wants to get paid. He said he got to pay his workers. Zach owed him like $3,500. And he flipping out. He like going off. Where is Zach? I've been trying to call him. He's not answering. He's not picking up. I mean, he ain't even consider like, what is something wrong with Zach or something. Like, he just flipping out. Like, I want my money. Give me my money. I'm like, what kind of contractors you done hired, Zach? Where these people come from? And I got to pay my workers. So Jake was there listening to it all. So Jake was like, how much? How much? Jake was like, boss moves. He opened up a checkbook, y'all. A checkbook. And he was like, he wrote the guy a check, and the guy gonna ask him, was it good? He better leave Jake alone. I like Jake. Anyway, Preston comes. They all outside of Zach's house at this point. Now Preston is there. Have you heard from Zach? Jake is, have you heard from Zach? Nobody's heard from Zach. So Preston freaking out, and Jake is like, do you know anybody you can call? How convenient. That would know. Let me take a sip on that one because I ain't even drinking. I've been talking. Let me sip on that one because we know who he gonna call. So of course Preston calls Danny. He calls Danny, and now Danny got a date plan. Danny ain't got time for Preston, okay? But he calls, and Danny is like, basically, what you want? And Preston is like, have you seen Zach? She was like, so he can give you some more bad advice. He's like, no, really, have you seen Zach? And Danny is like, what do you want to know for? And all this kind of stuff. And so, y'all, Danny was expecting more from Preston, obviously. But Preston was just like, I am just trying to get in touch with Zach. So eventually, Danny spills the beans that Zach is in jail. Preston wants to know what for. And then it's like, what am I? And she still don't believe that Preston was calling, just for Zach, because Preston was like, we have a mutual friend here, and he's worried about Zach. And she was like, yeah, right. She didn't believe it. Not at all. But she told him he was in jail. So he gets off the phone with Danny. And Danny, well, before he gets off the phone, Danny's like, you sure that's all you want to talk about? He's like, yes. Okay, that was the end of the phone call. So he tells Jake that their boy Zach is in jail. And of course they all want to know what for. And so Jake wants to call and get in touch with Fatima. So this is where I thought it was going to go a little bit different because of what Jake knows about Gary. I thought this might go a little bit different. I was like, okay, maybe he gonna spill the beans about Gary, but he didn't. He called Andy looking for Fatima, asking for Fatima's number. I love what Andy did because I do the same thing. If you call me and ask me for somebody's number and they ain't told me to give you their number, I'll be like, give me your number and I will pass it on to them. I am not giving you somebody's number. We don't do that. So Andy didn't do it. She was like, first of all, he started the conversation of way left for Andy because he was like, I work with Gary. She was like, oh, you know Gary. And then she wanted to know what position he worked and all that. And so then, oh, and how do you guys all know each other? He said we play basketball together. And she's very like questioning this whole setup. So of course she ain't gonna give you her girl number. No, we don't do that. How about I get your number and I'll pass it on, is how it went. So move on, we have Robin and Andy. They're talking about Zach. As I stated before, they had this whole conversation about Zach. So the first conversation was, what can you do? This conversation was, can you get him out? Okay, so I kind of put it together, but y'all know what happened. Y'all watched it, right? So they have the conversation. He's like, give me 10 minutes. And so Andy calls Fatima. She's like, how soon can you, she asks Fatima, where are you? And she's like, I'm at home. She lying. Y'all, she lied. You a lie. And Andy's like, how soon can you be at the jail? And she was like, I had to tell the truth. I'm right outside the jail, girl. I lied. I'm right here. I didn't want you to think like I'm out here waiting for my man, free Zach type of thing. I don't want you to think that, but that's really what she was doing. So she was she was already at the jail. So they go to the jail. Aaron goes to check on Gary because Gary done lost his everlasting mind, okay? Gary done lost it. That's all I can take. Gary is nuts. He done lost his mind. So Aaron goes to try to talk some sense into Gary, and he's like, well, how do you know? Gary's like, she's right in there and she's having sex with him, and I should never bought her that place, and and Aaron's like, how you know? Wait, how do you know? And then Gary shows him the telescope, and even Aaron knows, like, dude, what is wrong with you? What is wrong? He didn't say those words, but you could see it all over. Like, what is wrong? You sick, bro? You watching the woman through a telescope live her life, and now you regret that you bought her the place. And so Aaron's like, but you bought it for her. It's her place. You took all of her stuff out of her old place and move it into this place. This is her place. You can't control who she has over and all this kind of stuff, And so yeah, that's a hot mess. We're going to see how that unfolds because Gary he really messed up. And I'm kind of concerned for Andy at this point because he was on some stuff. I got to go. He was like, he got to go to her. And Aaron was like, no, wait, man. Kept, stalling him, trying to get him to wait. But I'm like, don't go stirring the pot. Don't go starting no stuff with Andy because Robin is very well connected, and all she gotta do is make a phone call, bro. So that's how that yeah, that's pretty much how that went. And so of course Fatima and Andy are at the jail waiting for Zach to come out, and Fatima's asking Andy about all that went down. She's like, how did you do it? Like, thank you, but and Andy was like, well, Robin, and she had this look, she'd be like, and Robin. And so, like, even if she was trying to hide it, she can't. She like, so she's so into Robin, it's funny. But anyway, so of course Fatima knows what's going on, and she like, okay, I see you, girl, okay. And so they had a little moment. Zach comes out. He's a free man. Nah, he ain't really free, y'all. Let me tell you why. He out, but he ain't out. Okay? He still got the assault charge on him. And that ain't gonna go well. I can tell you that right now. He still got the assault charge on him. So, he out, but he ain't out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, it ain't gonna go well for him. They might really have to go on a run. It's like, what is that, Medea on the run? It's gonna be Zatima on the run. I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna turn out well. But anyways, we move on, and there's Hayden checking. Andy and Robin talks again. And Robin gives her a heads up that, and that was actually before, but don't worry about it. It happened last night. It happened. So Anna and Robin have a conversation, and Robin's like, we watching Hayden. Hayden has got some FBI clearance or something's happening to some FBI camera footage from the airport. Y'all, Hayden still on that stuff. Zach already in jail. He don't know Zach out. He done put the man in jail. He done put his girl in jail. Why do he keep bothering these people? What is wrong with him? So he's looking at the footage and he sees the senator's wife talking to Zach. He's like, what? Now, out of all the people that go to and fro the airport, all the people that go through the airport, this is hot Atlanta. You know that's one of the busiest Hartsville's, one of the busiest, I ain't saying it's Hartsville, but what's one of the busiest airports? There is one of them. And you gonna just be able to, I know it's fictional airport, y'all, before y'all come. But listen, but all the people that go through the airport, are you able to find footage from weeks and weeks and weeks. This is before Zach got rich. We talking a month ago, a month and a half, however long Zach been rich. You gonna find this footage and find this what you literally, how long you been sitting there looking through this footage, watch people go back and forth. Now you see the senator's wife and they have a conversation. You don't know what they're saying. But then the lights come on. That's how we did it. That's how we did it. I knew he didn't know what he was doing. I knew this wasn't a coincidence. I knew that, he didn't just get a come up, a stroke of luck. I knew it. This was it. How he gonna pinpoint that exact moment? From an airport, some airport footage. Y'all, come on now. So anyways, that's how it ended. So that's what Hayden was looking for. He kept saying, why you on this flight? But I thought he was talking about a dude at first. Like, what you doing on this flight? What you doing on this plane? And I didn't think he was talking about the airport, the senator's wife. I'm like, so you about to bring down you trying to bring down the senator's wife? Is she with I don't know if they was I don't know what the relationship is. I think they mentioned it ain't. I guess it's a rocky relationship. But I'm like, what you trying to do? You trying to bring down more than Zach. Okay? And I'm wondering where Robin fits in with it. I don't know. I just feel like there's a connection there. But I don't know what it is. I feel like there's a connection, but I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, they show previews for next week. And it looks like it's going to be another good week. That's all I will say. Y'all saw the previews. Y'all watch the previews. I hate to talk about the previews because a lot of times I talk about it. Then the next week it don't even happen. It'd be like something completely different. So it's kind of like... But I liked this week. I thought it was a very good show. I thought it was moving very well. I just want to see how Andy is going to find out about Gary. I'm ready for her to find out. Y'all with me, I know. We want Andy to find out. Well, I take that. I know y'all can say she should already know. I agree. She should already know Gary ain't no good. But she found out he been like peeping Tom. He ain't recovered. He ain't better. He ain't good. He messed up, girl. You really need to get out of his place. But then he done... Ooh, she should have never kept that place. I know. Like, I'm trying to think. So I was like, ooh, this is nice. But what's the strings that are attached? I can't even say it, y'all. What strings are attached to this? You make your own money. You know you a boss, babe. Why would you take not only the penthouse, but the car? And, you know, it's like... Give him any type of hope. You have to break all ties with this dude because he clearly has some issues. And so that kind of ticked me off. I'm like, Andy, come on, what you doing? You got Robin that just want to be right there. Then you got Gary. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, that's what happened. So next week, hopefully my sister will be back and feeling better. Next week, I'm going to be so excited. Like, I'm about to be so excited next week. Because okay, so they had, you know, if y'all don't know, I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan. This this don't have nothing to do with Sistas. I'm a huge Janet Jackson fan, right? So I was gonna go to the Essence Fest, and I end up at the last minute not going, even though I had tickets, but I didn't go. So I've been feeling some type of way about being like in crowds, you know, still. And it's not just COVID for me. I just dealt with a whole lot for 2 years, fighting for my wellness, wealth. But so I was a little cautious about being around a lot of people. But anyways, so I this was months ago. I asked some people, y'all want to go see to the Cincinnati Music Festival? Y'all want to check out Janet? You know, Janet on Saturday night. And it was like, yeah. Then it was like, no. Then it was like, who else is on there? And oh no. So we ended up being like, no, we're not going. So the other day, well, it wasn't the other day, but it was like last week, which is last minute. Okay, last week, a miracle happened. And first of all, there's no more good seats left. It's like, I think you can go to Vivid and stuff and sometimes find seats that are like really pricey, but there was like seats that, I don't do bad seats. Like I would rather watch it on TV or YouTube it. Like that's just me. If I'm gonna be there, I need to be in it. Like when I went to see her show in Vegas, I had to be like, you know, like in it. Like I can't do like, I just can't. Like I gotta find, you know, me a decent seat. Even if it's some seats are even decent with their balcony if they're right in the middle and they're up over the sound. If they have the sound in the middle and they're up over and they're like I'm looking at y'all right now, you know, like that, and people don't look like little ant or something, then I'm good with that. But I don't want to be like in a bad seat. So I'm looking and I was like, no, I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. Something popped up. It was like Janet Jackson. I was like, yeah, no, because I'm not. It's like $60 seats, $75 seats left, which no problem. But I was like, I need to have a good seat because that's like my favorite entertainer. Michael is my favorite. Michael and Janet is like the entertainers for me. I grew up like the syncopated dancing and all that kind of stuff. Like that's my thing. So I'm just like, I'm not going, you know. And then, like magics, I said, what? Floor seats. Circle floor seats, when I tell you. I mean, smack dab in the front. So I was like really? For me? It's like for me. Like, I was excited and I was so like going back and forth. I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go. And I was like, you know what? I'm going. I'm gonna live my life. Live my best life. Because I've been cooped up at home. I've been going through a whole bunch of personal health things. And now I'm just feeling so much better. And I'm ready to live my life, you know? Because why fight for your life if you ain't gonna live it later? You know what I mean? You survive everything and then you ain't gonna live. That don't make any sense. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna live my life. Yes, I'm about to go see Jeanette. Yes, I'm gonna be in these beautiful seats in the front. Yes, she gonna see my face because yes, I'm gonna be singing every song. Like so next week when we do this, I'm gonna be amped. So I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm like, what was wrong with her? What was she drinking? Straight up adrenaline, energy, excitement, all that. Because I don't drink. Y'all, I'm not alcoholic. I don't drink, but I'm just like ready to have a good time. And then I found out some of my old classmates from like grade school. Is it grade school? No, from high school. Yeah, are gonna be there. So I'm just gonna reach out to people like let's just make a day of it before the concert. I'm really excited because I haven't interacted with people. I haven't really, besides my parents and my family, I ain't been around nobody. That's it. That's pretty much my my families, my nephews. You know, it sometimes goes smaller, some, but not like really around people like that. So I'm just like it's gonna be outside. Trying to decide about, well, I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna be rocking a mask because y'all listen, immune system I'm building it back up. 2 years has been you know, so I got to build it back up. So I ain't trying to catch nothing. But anyways, I gave y'all all that information y'all need to ask for. Anyways, so yeah, so we hope my sister be back next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week. I know it's a little different because you're so used to my sister doing it with me, and she'll be back, and she'll be back soon. But yeah, we gotta figure this out anyway, because at this point, like, when you get, like, I have 2 more semesters of grad school, and that's it. It's a wrap. Y'all, like, I don't know, I'm so excited. I got 4.0 right now. I'm trying to maintain it, but I only got 2 more semesters left, and then I'm done. So I'm trying to see what the next adventure is going to be. People really be coming for me that know me. They was like, why you can't stay in one place? Why you can't stay in one place? Why can't you live? Why don't you need to get settled? Listen, I need to live my life, because you only get one on this earth. And I love exploring. I love learning new places, being new places. I love living new places. I just love it. Like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So since I was old enough, I've kind of been like, well, I was in California, I was in Texas, I was in, just basically those are 2 places I've been back and forth. Then I was in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, in Duluth, and then, you know, and then back to California, and now I'm in Illinois. In case y'all want to know, I'm in Illinois, right outside of Chicago, right now. But this is temporary. But unless something happens that just, like, you know, I might meet a prince or something, then, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I like exploring. I like living new places. I like meeting new people. I like experiencing new things, and I like variety. And I like that. You know, I don't know. That's why I don't have kids and all that, because they would be a hot mess. I'd be like, come on, we going over. I mean, I couldn't do that, right? So since I don't, I'm gonna enjoy myself, and I'm just gonna ask everybody to respect my decisions, good or bad. But I made some bad ones too. I have made some bad ones. I ain't gonna lie, I've made some not so good ones with my living situations that I regret. I don't regret because I learned from them, but that I could have skipped over that part. I guess that is like regret. But it's like, you know what, you live. That's life is such an adventure, and I'm down for the adventure. Like, some people want to skydive, some people want to bungee jump. I just want to live in different places. I just want to find that, and maybe it's because I just haven't found that place that's home. I don't know. I love California, and I have, you know, I consider it like a second family that's there too. But I don't know if that's where I want to go, because that's where I got sick, and I'm not really trying to go backwards. I'm trying to go forward, but I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause it's like this, but I love it. I love being able to go to the beach. I love the weather and all that kind of stuff. But in the same breath, I'm a creative person, so I love being around that environment. But it's like, maybe I need to try something new. So I've been considering some other places. So listen, if y'all got some places I should check out, your girl about to be hitting the road, I'm gonna take y'all with me, because I need to figure this thing out. I work from home now, and it's a beautiful thing, and I can work from anywhere I want to. That's in America, mind you. They was like, listen, y'all can't take y'all stuff. You can't go out the country with your stuff. You gotta keep it in domestic territory. So anyways, that's fine with me. But I'm like, where do I go, like, when I'm done? So we'll see what happens, y'all. I'm sorry, I just kind of rambling on. My sister ain't here to keep me in. She probably be like, girl, we ain't talking about sisters. But I just had to share that with y'all, because I be sharing stuff with y'all, and I haven't shared in a long time. So I'm trying to figure out where, like, where's Waldo? You know, remember that? Where would I go next? Am I gonna go back to a place that I was, you know, or am I gonna go somewhere brand new? Who knows? We fight every day to live, In one way or another, we fight to survive. We fight to live. I fought through a sickness and illness, but some people are fighting every day just to live. Well, all of us are, in so many words. We fight to live. That's why we work. That's why we try to make a better life for our kids and for our family. That's why we do the things we do, because we want to have such a good, successful life. So why fight that hard and don't enjoy it? Go out and be great today. Whatever it is you do, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you dream of doing, go out, do it, and be great today.